Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a fourth-year Bachelor of Science student at Thompson Rivers University. I was born in Kamloops, and I've lived here all my life. Kamloops is known in the mining world for its two mines, Highland Valley Copper Mine and New Gold Mine. I'd like to start off by saying I'm not promoting anti-mining. The products of mining include batteries, musical instruments, computer and television screens. Pretty much everything that contains metals is sourced from mines. Unless we want to give up on all these everyday luxuries, mines are a necessity. That being said, I want to talk about the proposed Ajax mine. The proposed Ajax mine open pit will be 2.5 kilometers long, 1 kilometer wide, and 500 meters deep. To give you an idea of just how deep this is, the TRU New Residence Building, which is the tallest building in Kamloops, is 33 meters tall. This open pit will be approximately 15 times the height of this building. And that's just the open pit. The project tailing storage pile is planned to be 150 meters tall. Tailings are produced when all of the ore, which is the raw material, is processed so that the desired product is extracted. In this case, copper and gold will be extracted. All of the material that cannot be processed and sold for profit is known as tailings. Now, this probably wouldn't be that big of a deal if this mine was located further away from us. However, the Ajax mine will be only 1.5 kilometers from the nearest housing development and less than 2 kilometers away from Pacific Way Elementary School. Needless to say, this mine is going to be huge and it's going to be close. So what's the deal with the proposed Ajax mine? The proposed Ajax mine is owned by a company called KGHM. KGHM is an internationally recognized leader in the mining of valuable metals. The company's headquarters are in Poland. It was founded in 1961 and has mines all around the world. The mine is expected to have a 20-year life and employ 500 full-time positions. According to KGHM, the mine is projected to, over the course of 20 years, contribute $550 million in federal and provincial taxes, $210 million in the BC Mining Act, and $110 million in municipal taxes. So what reasons do we not want to have another mine in our city? There are a lot of reasons, and some of them will apply to you and others won't. So I'm going to break them down into 4 categories, which are community, environmental, health, and economic. We'll start off with community. As I mentioned earlier, the mine will be located only 1.5 kilometers away from the nearest residential housing and 2 kilometers from an elementary school. A major concern about this is the constant noise the mine gives off, especially one of this size. From trucks, drilling, and the machinery, residents and students near the mine will be greatly affected. Another major concern for residents located at the mine is the effect of air blasts that will be created during the open pit mining process. The air blast from Ajax will extend at least 10 kilometers from the site of the blast. So if you live inside this 10-kilometer perimeter, you're likely to be affected by these air blasts. Blasting is expected to occur once a day, depending on weather conditions. Now I'm going to discuss some of the environmental impacts the mine would have. The destruction of Goose Lake, Jocko Lake, and 10 square miles of native grasslands will have major consequences on habitat destruction and affect many endangered and threatened species that habitat the area. The environmental effects also extend to the water and electricity that will be used by the mine. To operate, the mine will require 1.667 million liters of water per hour, which will be coming from Kamloops Lake. The electricity the mine will require is more than all of Kamloops combined. As for the health consequences of having a mine, the biggest problem to be concerned with is the dust and waste rock disposals that will be produced. Due to the valley-like geography of Kamloops, all of these mining byproducts will flow down into residential areas and become trapped. The long-term effects of increased air pollution are more health problems and premature deaths. And now the negative economic effects the mine could have. The mine could have many indirect economic effects, but here are a few I find important. First, a decline in property values, especially for those located in Aberdeen and Pineview. The mine could have negative effects on tourism due to Kamloops, especially for sports tournaments due to poor air quality. It is also possible that TRU will be affected, as less domestic and international students will want to come to Kamloops for school. And since Ajax is a low-grade copper deposit, if the copper prices drop and the cost of maintenance of the mine exceeds the profit, the mine is susceptible to shutdown. So do the benefits of Ajax outweigh the potential consequences? Let's take a look. I've broken this down into 2 scenarios, each with 2 potential outcomes. First, Kamloops without Ajax. Regardless if what I'm saying is true or not, Kamloops will be unchanged and will boost our economy by other means. Now, with Ajax mine, our best case scenario is 500 people have full-time jobs for 20 years and we get X amount of money into our economy. On the other hand, the worst case scenario would be to have all of these negative impacts on community, environmental, citizens' health, and the economy that I've mentioned. Thanks for listening. Unfortunately, I could not fit as much information in this video as I would like to have, but I hope this video inspires you to do some more research into the future of our city. Some good websites for information are www.ajaxmine.ca and www.stopajaxmine.ca.